The night was dark and quiet. A cold wind swept across the isolated farm. It was March 31st, 1922. The Gruber family, nestled in their home at Hinterkaifeck, were unaware of the horror that awaited them. Something sinister stalked the farm. An unseen presence lurked in the shadows. The darkness was broken by a sudden, brutal attack. A mattock, a common farm tool, became a weapon of death. The isolated farm became a scene of unspeakable horror. The killer vanished into the darkness. The Hinterkaifeck farm became a silent testament to a horrific crime. The night of March 31st, 1922, would forever be etched in the annals of unsolved mysteries. Andreas Gruber, the patriarch, was a stern and reclusive man. Known for his temper and strange beliefs, he was the first to fall victim. His wife, Kazilia, was a quiet woman burdened by secrets. She followed her husband to a gruesome end. Their daughter, Victoria Gabriel, and her two young children, Kazilia and Joseph, were also murdered. Victoria was a young widow struggling to raise her children. Joseph, the youngest victim, was just 2 years old. The maid, Maria Baumgartner, arrived hours before the murders. She too became a victim. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain a chilling reminder of hidden darkness. In the days leading up to the murders, unsettling events plagued the Gruber family. Andreas Gruber saw strange footprints in the snow, leading from the woods to the farm but none leading away. He heard footsteps in the attic and found an unfamiliar newspaper. These occurrences filled him with unease. Tools went missing from the shed. Andreas searched, but the tools were never found. He felt someone was watching them. His family dismissed his fears as paranoia. They couldn't imagine the horror about to befall them. The previous maid had left, claiming the farm was haunted. The rumors only fueled Andreas's fears. The Gruber family felt as though they were being watched. They were right to be afraid. The Hinterkaifeck farm was no longer a place of safety. It had become a hunting ground. Days passed before the gruesome scene at Hinterkaifeck was discovered. The family's absence from church and school raised concerns among the neighbors. A search party was organized. They made their way to the isolated farm. What they found would haunt them forever. Upon entering the barn, they stumbled upon a horrifying sight. The bodies of Andreas, Kazilia, Victoria, and young Kazilia were discovered. They had been brutally murdered. The bodies were stacked on top of one another, covered with hay. The scene was one of unimaginable horror. The search continued inside the farmhouse, where the bodies of little Joseph and the maid, Maria, were found. Joseph was lying in his crib, murdered in his sleep. Maria was found in her bed, her life tragically cut short on her first day of work. The gruesome discovery sent shockwaves through the community. The brutality of the murders was incomprehensible. The Hinterkaifeck farm, once a symbol of rural life, became a symbol of death and despair. The image of the bodies stacked in the barn would forever be etched in the minds of those who discovered them. The Hinterkaifeck farm was a place of isolation, located miles from the nearest village. The surrounding woods added to the sense of seclusion. The farm was a world unto itself, a place where secrets could be kept and darkness could thrive. The isolation of the farm made it the perfect setting for a crime. The killer could move undetected. They could come and go as they pleased. The remoteness of Hinterkaifeck offered them a cloak of anonymity. No one could hear the screams of the victims. No one could witness the horror that unfolded. The farm itself was old and dilapidated. Its walls seemed to whisper stories of the past. The atmosphere was heavy with a sense of dread. The farm's history was intertwined with rumors of strange occurrences and unexplained events. These rumors added to the eerie atmosphere. The Hinterkaifeck farm was a place where fear took root. The isolation, the darkness, and the whispers of the past created a sense of unease. The farm became a breeding ground for paranoia and suspicion. It was a place where evil could flourish unchecked. The Hinterkaifeck murders sparked a massive investigation. Police from the surrounding areas descended upon the farm, determined to uncover the truth behind the brutal crime. They meticulously examined the crime scene, searching for clues that could lead them to the killer. Over 100 suspects were questioned, from neighbors and farmhands to traveling salesmen and vagrants. No one was above suspicion. The police explored every possible lead, hoping to find the person responsible for the horrific murders. The investigation was hampered by the remoteness of the farm and the passage of time. The lack of witnesses and the isolated location made it difficult to gather evidence. The days that passed before the bodies were discovered allowed the killer ample time to escape. The trail was growing cold. Despite the extensive investigation, the case remained unsolved. The killer vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. The Hinterkaifeck murders became a chilling reminder of the limitations of justice. Several unexplained clues added to the mystery of the Hinterkaifeck murders. The killer remained on the farm for several days after the murders, feeding the cattle and eating food from the pantry. This bizarre behavior baffled investigators. The unfamiliar newspaper found by Andreas Gruber before the murders remained a source of speculation. Where did it come from? Who brought it to the farm? These questions remained unanswered, adding another layer of intrigue to the already complex case. The motive behind the murders remained elusive. Robbery seemed unlikely, as valuables were left untouched. The killer's actions suggested a more personal motive, but what could it be? The lack of a clear motive made the case even more perplexing. These unexplained clues deepened the mystery surrounding the Hinterkaifeck murders. They pointed to a killer who was meticulous and methodical, a killer who knew the farm and its inhabitants, a killer who vanished without a trace. Section 8. Suspects and Theories. Numerous suspects and theories emerged in the aftermath of the Hinterkaifeck murders. Some suspected Carl Gabriel, Victoria's deceased husband. Rumors circulated that he had faked his own death and returned to the farm to seek revenge. However, there was no concrete evidence to support this theory. Another suspect was Lawrence Schleitenbauer, a neighbor who had a relationship with Victoria and was believed to be the father of Josef. Some speculated that he was involved in the murders, driven by jealousy or a desire to conceal his relationship. But again, no evidence could link him to the crime. Some theories suggested a more sinister motive. Some believed the murders were the result of a ritual killing or the work of a serial killer. These theories added a chilling dimension to the already horrific crime. Despite the numerous suspects and theories, no one was ever charged with the Hinterkaifeck murders. The case remained cold. The killer's identity remained a mystery. The lack of closure only fueled the speculation and rumors that surrounded the case. Section 9. An unsolved enigma. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain an unsolved enigma. Decades have passed, but the questions surrounding the crime remain unanswered. Who committed the brutal murders? What was their motive? How did they manage to vanish without a trace? The lack of answers has fueled speculation and fascination. The Hinterkaifeck murders have become a subject of books, documentaries, and countless discussions. The case continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. The mystery surrounding the murders has taken on a life of its own. The Hinterkaifeck farm has become a place of pilgrimage for those fascinated by unsolved crimes. The farm stands as a silent testament to a horrific event, a reminder of the darkness that can exist in the human heart. The Hinterkaifeck murders serve as a chilling reminder that some crimes may never be solved. The truth may remain hidden forever. The case stands as a testament to the enduring power of mystery. Section 10. The Legacy of Hinterkaifeck. The legacy of Hinterkaifeck is one of fear and fascination. The farm has become synonymous with the brutal murders that took place within its walls. The story of the Gruber family has been passed down through generations, a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. The Hinterkaifeck murders have had a lasting impact on the surrounding community. The crime shattered the sense of peace and security in the rural area. The fear that gripped the community in the aftermath of the murders lingered for years. The Hinterkaifeck farm itself has become a place of morbid curiosity. People from all over the world visit the site, drawn by the mystery and the horror of the crime. The farm stands as a grim reminder of the fragility of life. The legacy of Hinterkaifeck is a complex one. It is a story of tragedy, mystery, and the enduring power of the unknown. The case continues to fascinate and horrify, a testament to the dark side of human nature. Section 11. Lingering Questions. The Hinterkaifeck murders continue to raise lingering questions, questions that may never be answered. The lack of closure haunts those who have studied the case. The desire to understand the motivations and actions of the killer remains strong. The passage of time has made it unlikely that the case will ever be solved. Evidence has been lost or destroyed. Witnesses have passed away. The truth may be buried forever beneath the weight of years. Despite the unlikelihood of finding answers, the Hinterkaifeck murders continue to intrigue. The case serves as a reminder of the limits of human understanding and the enduring power of mystery. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain a chilling reminder of the darkness that can exist in the world. The case continues to resonate with people, a testament to the enduring fascination with unsolved crimes. The questions linger, unanswered, a haunting echo of a crime that may never be fully understood.